Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're doing well. We're going to start our practice today lying down on our stomach. So take your time to get there. It's going to be a little bit different today. And as we lay down on our stomach, take your time to set up. We're just going to wait for a moment for people to arrive in case they are connecting with us. But for you that just arrived, take a moment maybe to bring a pillow shape with your hands, one hand above the other, and we can rest the forehead on top of the hands. Or if it's more comfortable for you, maybe extending your arms by your sides and bringing one tip or the ear to the ground. Right, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Take your time. Setting up your things, your props, your mat. And once you're all done, we start with our lying down on the stomach. The most comfortable pose you can find in here. And while you're lying down on the floor, I wanted you to start connecting with your body. Maybe start a quick check-in with your feet, your toes, your legs, your calves, your knees. How do they feel? How does your thighs feel pressing on the ground? And your hips, your lower back. Is your lower back tired, or you feel tight or sore from sitting? How does your stomach feel? Are you hungry? And your thorax, your lungs, your chest? Can you take a deep inhalation in here and a full breath out through the mouth to let it go? Let's do that again. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale all the air out through the mouth. How is your throat feeling today? Your shoulders, your arms, your fingers, and your head, your face. Can you relax your face a little bit more? And let the gaze soften underneath the eyelids. Take a moment in this lying down position. Set up any intentions or any dedications to your practice. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Punatu, Sahaviryam Karvavahai, Etasvinapati Kamastu, Mahim Nishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take your time to start bringing your hands on a cactus shape with your forearms pressing on the ground, your fingers spreading wide. Bring one ear to the ground. If you were with your right ear on the ground, maybe you change sides.
Start bending your knee and bringing the knee towards your right elbow. Just opening the hip in here, trying to keep both shoulders going down to the ground. The chest is open towards the floor. Take a nice deep inhale. Full breath out. One more. On the exhale, with the coming back to center, extend that leg behind you as you start changing sides. Just bringing that knee, that's your left knee towards your left elbow this time. Take a breath, allowing those hips to start opening. And a long exhale. One more. And a full breath out. Start coming back to center, releasing that leg beside the other. Bringing both arms above your head, offering yourself a full body stretch in here. Maybe you press your forehead on the floor. If your neck allows, in here, just giving it a little bit of length, tucking the chin. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Maybe you start walking your hands towards your right hand side, allowing your side body to stretch a little bit in here. Take a breath. Exhale it out. One more. On the exhale, we start coming back to center, and right away we go all the way towards the second side. Keep the legs where they are. Your toes are pointing towards the back of the mat. Take another inhale here, and a full exhale. Whenever you're ready, start coming back to center, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing those hands away from you, coming into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Exhale, coming back down to the ground. Let's do that again. Deep inhale to open the chest, coming Bhujangasana. Exhale to lower all the way down to the floor. Last one, deep inhale coming up. Exhale, lower down towards the floor. Extend your arms again towards the front of the mat. Alternating Ardha Shalabhasana. Deep inhale to raise your right hand, left leg up. Exhale, lower back down. Deep inhale, left hand, right leg up. Exhale, lower back down. Deep inhale, right arm, left leg, chest up. Exhale, lower back down. Second side, deep inhale, coming up. Exhale to lower. Option to keep on alternating on bringing both hands, both legs up. Exhale, lower back down. Deep inhale, coming up. Exhale to lower back down. Two more times, you got this. Deep inhale, press it up. Exhale to lower. Last one, deep inhale, coming up. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Make a pillow with your hands. Take a moment in here. Keep on breathing, connecting with your breath. Bringing those forearms to the ground in your Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders to keep the chest open. Bend your right knee, point those toes towards the ceiling, and switch your gaze towards the left hand side. See if you can look at your foot, at your back foot through the corner of your eye. Take another breath. Long exhale. Coming back to center, releasing the foot back down to the ground, changing the leg, rising it up, and switching your gaze towards the opposite side. Don't try to compromise in here the length of the spine by just moving all the way around. We just want to move the gaze just ahead. Take another breath. On the exhale, we come back to center. This time, we're gonna bring the fingertips off, the fingertips on the floor with a wide arm Bhujangasana. Elbows at 90-degree angle. Take a deep inhale to raise up the chest. Exhale, lower back down. Deep inhale coming up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, press back up. On the exhale, we bring the right shoulder towards the ground. Deep inhale, coming up. Exhale, left shoulder. Deep breath in, come back to center. Exhale, right shoulder comes down. Deep breath in, press it up. Exhale, left shoulder to the ground. Inhale, come back to center. On the exhale, release back down to the ground. Make a pillow with your hands. Take a moment, bend your knees. Let your feet go side to side with some windshield wipers, just to bring a little bit of movement to your spine. And as you start feeling ready, releasing the feet, pressing the hands on the ground underneath those shoulders, pressing into your tabletop. Make sure your knees are underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders. And we start moving towards the left-hand side, big circles, just warming up the wrist in here. Keep on breathing in and out through your nose. Whenever you feel ready, start finding your center back again and go in opposite way. Big circles in here, pressing up the whole palm on the floor. Take a breath. On the exhale, we come back to center as we start bringing the right leg up and back. The toes of 6 o'clock, the leg is straight. Push down through your hands. Don't let your chest collapse in here. Take a breath in here. On the exhale, draw the knee towards the chest, rounding the spine. Deep inhale, we sit back up. Exhale, knee to chest, rounding the spine. Deep breath in, reaching back. Exhale to squeeze. Last one. Deep inhale, reach it back. Maybe you stay in there. Maybe you reach the opposite hand, that's your left hand, towards the front of the room. Maybe you stay in here, or bend your knee, pointing your toes towards the sky. Maybe you stay in here, don't let your chest collapse, keep on pressing that hand on the ground. Or maybe you reach with your hand to your foot on the inside. If the hand doesn't go all the way to the foot, bring your hand to your hip. Take another breath. Full breath out. Press the hand on the ground, keep the leg lifted, bring the knee towards the chest. And on the exhale, we step that foot in between the hands, coming into Anjaneyasana. Hands stay on the floor, take a breath. Long exhale. Tucking the back toes in here, begin to extend the back leg off the ground without raising the hips too much. We don't want to raise the hips in here, we just want to extend the leg, pushing the heel back. Take another inhale here. Long exhale. Knee comes down to the floor, back again. Start extending the front leg, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split posture. Extending your hips back, fingertips are on the floor, the chest is wanting to be glued to your upper thigh. Take another breath. On the exhale, we start rebending that knee. Finding again Anjaneyasana, fingertips can stay on the floor, can move to the thigh, or maybe you can send the arms towards the sky. Take another breath. Long exhale. Last inhale. On the exhale, drop those hands on the ground. Stay with your left hand on the ground as you find your twist towards the right hand side, reaching your right hand towards the sky. Maybe you bring it towards your lower back. Take another breath. Full exhale. Start coming back to center, framing that foot back again into your tabletop. Drop the belly to open the chest, coming into a cow pose. Exhale, push the ground away around the spine. Deep inhale to open the chest here. Exhale to move the ground away around your spine. Coming back to a neutral position, let's go second side, bringing your left leg behind you. Toes at 6 o'clock, the leg is long. Take another breath. On the exhale, knee towards the chest, round the spine. Deep breath in, come on up. Exhale, knee hugs in. Deep breath in, lengthen. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale, find some length, stay here. Keep on pressing those hands on the floor. Keep away from collapsing here. Maybe you start extending the opposite hand forward. Take a breath, find some length. Full exhale. Maybe you stay or maybe you bend the knee, pointing toes towards the sky. Maybe you're reaching with your hand to your foot or your hip. If you have your foot, press your foot against your hand. Take another breath. Long exhale. Last inhale. On the exhale, plant those hands on the ground. Keep the leg lifted as you hug the knee to the chest and just take a big step forward into your Anjaneyasana in your low lunge. The back knee is on the ground, fingertips are on the ground. Take another breath. Keep on bringing your hips low. Full breath out. Maybe you stay, maybe you tuck the back toes, start extending the back leg off the mat, coming into your runner's lunge. Last inhale. Full exhale. Dropping the back knee down, extending the front leg into Ardha Hanumanasana on your second side. Hips come back, the chest comes forward, hips are square. Take another breath. Full exhale. Coming back to center in here. Maybe you stay. Maybe you bring your hands to your thighs, or maybe you extend the arms towards the sky. Take another breath. If your arms are extended towards the sky, maybe your palms come together to touch, and your gaze goes towards your thumb. Another deep inhale. On the exhale, drop those hands on the floor. The right hand stays, the other hand reaches towards the sky, opening into your twist on the second side. Take another in. Full exhale. One more. On the exhale, we drop those hands back to our tabletop, adjusting with our own breath, our spine, finding a couple of cat-cow tilts at your own pace. Start moving in here, just slowly listening to the body. And once you're done with a couple of rounds, coming back to your tabletop, tucking the toes and sending the hips up and back, coming to our downward facing dog. Take a moment here, arrive in your pose. Take the movement necessary in here to bend your knees, maybe to keep the spine as long as you can. Take another breath. Full exhale. On your next inhale, raise your right leg behind you. On the exhale, we're gonna plant the foot in between the hands, coming into our runner's lunge in here. The fingertips are staying on the floor. Take a breath, keep moving the pelvis down. Maybe you stay, or maybe you rise into Vimanasana with your high runner's lunge, and with your hands wanting to touch the sky. Take a breath. Long exhale. If this doesn't work, you can bring your knee back down if you need to. Bring your hands to the center of the chest. On the exhale, we twist towards the right hand side. Left elbow touches the right thigh. Take another deep inhale. Full exhale. Last inhale. Coming back to center, hands drop again into your runner's lunge. The back foot is going to step just a little bit in here so you can bring your back heel down to the floor. The front leg stretches. Parsvottanasana, take a deep inhale in here. On the exhale, we hinge forward and fold forward over the leg. If you need some length in here and you have available your books or your blocks, underneath your hands to keep a little bit of height and your spine long. If this is too much, maybe, and you don't have a props, maybe your hands can climb to your hips. Take another breath. If you have your hands on your hips, bring your elbows towards the side. Last inhale. On the exhale, we start rebending that knee. The back heel starts coming off the ground. Plant your hands on the ground. Send your back leg up into standing split. Another deep inhale. On the exhale, we step that foot forward and fold. Deep breath in to lengthen. Exhale to just fold. Root down through the feet, come all the way up. Exhale, thumb up to the knee, hands by your side. Beautiful. Take a deep inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale to just fold. Plant those hands on the mat. Step your right leg back. The knee comes down. Come back into your Anjaneyasana. Take another breath in here. Full breath out. Finding your twist, planting your right hand on the ground, the left hand reaches towards the sky. One deep inhale in here. On the exhale, both hands on the inside of the foot. If it's necessary, move your foot towards the side, coming into your lizard pose. Take a nice breath in here. We're gonna stay here for a moment. You can stay on your hands. Your hands can come to blocks or boots. Or if you have a little bit more space, you can lower to your forearms, either to your block or to your to the floor. Take another breath. Keep on sending those hips down. Long exhale. One more. Long breath out. The back, start coming back to your hands. The back toes are going to touch. The back knee comes off the ground in here as we move the heel back to the ground into our warrior two legs, but with the hands on the floor. Take a breath in here. You start walking your hands towards the right corner of the mat into a variation of down dog legs with your, down dog arms with your warrior two legs. Nice deep breath in. On the exhale, we keep on moving those hands towards the middle of the mat as we close the front foot, finding our wide-legged forward fold. And as we find our wide-legged forward fold, we reach the hands forward, extending the spine. And this is another variation of Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold with your down dog back. Take another breath. Long exhale. Last inhale. Full breath out. Whenever you're ready, start coming back to center, pressing those hands on the ground. Start walking your hands back to the front of the mat as you find again your Uttam Prasthana lizard pose. Hands on the ground, step the back foot towards the back, the front foot back, and come to your downward facing dog. Another deep breath in. Full exhale. One more. And a long breath out. On your next inhale, raise your left leg up and back. On the exhale, plant that foot in between the hands, come into runner's lunge positioning here. The back knee is off the floor, the hips are staying low, the chest is open, maybe you stay. Again, if you need to bend your knee and bring your knee to the ground, you can bring it down. Or maybe you rise up into Vimanasana. Take another breath in here. The pose is really strong in here. The legs are on fire. The back heel is off the ground, pointing up. Nice deep breath in. On the exhale, hands to the center of the chest as we twist towards the left hand side. Deep breath in, keep your chest open, your back is long. Take another breath. Long exhale. Start moving back to center, hands to the mat. Bring the back foot, 1 foot forward to keep the heel to the ground and start extending the front leg. Parsvottanasana, take a deep inhale, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, we fold forward over the front leg. And again, if you have your blocks, use them. Trying to keep that spine as long as you can. Take another breath. Long exhale. Inhale to start lengthening back again. The back heel comes off the ground and here as you bend your front knee. Hands to the mat. Start lifting the back leg off the ground, standing split. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Step that foot forward and fold. Lengthen your spine in here. Exhale to just fold. Maybe you open your feet hip distance apart and grab your opposite elbows and sway in here for a moment. Take a moment to bring the crown of the head towards the floor. Another deep breath in. Full exhale. Drop your hands on the mat, lengthen the spine. Inhale. Full breath out in here. Micro bend the knees. Start coming all the way up to standing. On the exhale, Samasthiti, hands by your side. Beautiful. Let's take it down. Deep inhale, reaching up. Exhale to fold forward over the legs. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, just fold in here. Press those hands on the mat. Step back with your left foot this time. Coming to your Anjaneyasana, bring your knee down. Take a breath. Long exhale, finding your twist. The left hand plants, the right hand raises up. Take another breath. On the exhale, we move it back down, this time on the inside of the foot. Start walking the foot towards the side if necessary. The hips stay low. Hands on the floor or on block. And in here, as we are going to take our time in this pose, if you have it available to you and you have a little bit more space and want to go deeper, your forearms can come to the ground or to your block. Now there's 3 breaths in here. Expanding your breath towards that part of your body that is trying to resist. Take another breath, happy thoughts. Full exhale. Whenever you're ready, press those hands on the ground if they are not already there. The back toe stops. Extend the back leg off the ground. The back heel comes to the ground into a warrior 2 legs again. And we start bringing our hands to the left corner of the mat. Into that variation of warrior 2 legs and down the arm. Take another breath. Long exhale. Keep on walking your hands all the way back to the center, coming into your forward fold with wide legs. Closing the front foot. This time your hands are underneath the shoulders. Take a breath in here, lengthen. On the exhale, we just fall forward over the center of the leg. Elbows bend. The crown of the head wants to touch the ground. If you can touch the ground, great. If you cannot touch the ground, great as well. If you can, bring a block underneath your head for something to connect you with the ground, that is also amazing. It feels really nice. I strongly encourage you that if you have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 blocks or support, bring underneath your head. You can do it. Take a couple more breaths. Long exhale. Whenever you're ready, extend your arms again, lengthen the spine. Walk your hands towards the front of the mat, coming back to your Uttam Prishtasana restart pose. Plant your hands on the ground, step that front foot back into your downward facing dog. Take a breath. Long exhale. On your next inhale, raise your right leg behind you. On the exhale, bring that knee towards your right wrist into your pigeon pose. Ekapada Rajka Padmasana. And we extend the back leg, bringing the hips down. And here, if this pose is not available for any reason, we can always find reclined pigeon with our ankle pressing on our thigh and inviting the legs in. Seated pigeon as well. This is another option. But if you have your pigeon or Ekapada Rajka Padmasana here, just keep your heel close to your pubic bone. If you feel that your hips are too high in here and you have a lot of trouble with balance, that your pose looks more or less like this, maybe you bring a block or two underneath your feet. That's exactly underneath your right glute, just to have a little bit more height. Compressing those hands on the ground. We're not going to fall forward in this pose. This pose is supposed to be a nice backbend. This is why we work a lot with our backbend at the beginning of class. To have that lower back warmed up for this. Hands to the mat, opening the chest. Of course, if you have it in you and you practice a little quad stretch in here, bending your back knee, bringing your same arm, that's your left arm, to grab a hold of your foot on the inside. And maybe we begin to invite the foot in a little bit closer while we try to keep those shoulders square towards the front of the mat. Maybe you stay, maybe you reach with the other hand towards the side, or maybe you connect all the way back. Doesn't matter really, just an option for you in case that is the way you practice. Take another breath. Long exhale. If you have your foot, slowly start releasing it. Hands to the ground. Bringing your hands to the ground, touching the toes, sending your front leg back, coming into your downward facing dog. Let's do that on the second side, bringing the left leg behind you. On the exhale, the knee comes close to the left wrist in here. Reaching the back leg long and back, and again, your heels as close as you can to the pubic bone. Take a breath. Long exhale. Sitting tall in here. Of course, if you have it, if you're in your practice again, maybe we have that quiet stretch. Maybe this pose looks a little bit different. It of course looks different for me in one side or the other. It's a little bit deeper in this one. But of course, listen to your body, whatever variation of this pose you are working on. Take a moment to follow your breath. Take 2 more breaths in here. Long exhale. Whenever you're ready, start releasing the pose. If you have your foot or press your hands on the ground. As you start touching the back toes, sending those hips back into your downward facing dog. Take a moment here to make the movements necessary for you. Maybe you need a vinyasa. Maybe you just need to shake your hips side to side a couple of times. Whenever you feel ready, raise your heels, bend your knee, walk, step, or jump to your reclined position. on your back, lying down flat on your back. Feet hip distance apart, pressing on the ground, extending the arms by your side. Inviting those feet to be together and your knees going wide into Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe one hand rests on your stomach, the other hand rests on your heart. Or for a different variation in here, maybe your hands interlace behind your head, supporting the back of your skull. And here we just take a moment to relax, to let the elbows fall towards the side. Maybe soften the gaze or close the eyes. Observing the breath, how it comes in and out. How the connective tissue on your body starts to soften and allowing more space for that stretch. There, maybe you start accessing that parasympathetic nervous system, going from stress response to relaxation. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out to side out, let it go. Press your feet back together, bringing your knees back to center. Releasing your arms by your side on a T shape. Dropping your knees towards the left hand side, finding your twist. Maybe your gaze comes towards the opposite side. Maybe you keep your knees together or slightly apart, depending on how you want your twist to feel. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Your next inhale, so coming back to center as you start switching sides, allowing your knees to go towards this second side. Maybe your gaze comes to the opposite side again. Take another breath. Long breath out. Coming back to neutral position, bringing your knees into the chest, offering yourself a little squeeze. And may you squeeze a little bit more as you hold your legs and squeeze your eyes and all your body from the eyebrows to the toes. Take another breath. On the exhale, we release all the way down to the floor, letting our limbs melt on the ground, on your back. Arriving to the most important part of your asana practice, Shavasana. Purnamada Purnameva Purnasya Purnashyate Purnase Purnamavai Purnamevam Vashishyate Om Purnamada Purnamevam Purnasya Purnashyate Purnase Purnamavai Purnamevam Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Om. Of course, if you need to stay in your Shavasana, you're welcome to stay as long as you need. If you're ready to invite some movement in your body, please let it be a big inhalation first. And a full breath out to let it all out. Take your time, start moving, start finding again your movement. As you come into your fetal position on your right hand side, taking your time together, there is no rush at all. Whenever you're ready, you can start bringing your top hand to the ground, coming back to your seated position with your eyes closed, with the hands at the center of the chest, Tinanjali Mudra. Taking a moment to find gratitude for your practice, for your breath, and this beautiful ancient practice that has been with us for this whole journey. Rub your palms together and cover your eyes. Rub your palms one more time to cover that part of the body that needs it the most right now. Thank you so much for your practice, for connecting with me, for your energy. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. And I'll see you next time. Wonderful day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. No problem. Bye-bye.